A slightly different video for you today, as there is no F1 stock cars this weekend. This is what if BriSCA F1 stock cars use the NASCAR playoff system in 2024. If you don't already know, in the NASCAR season it's split into two. The first 26 races are almost qualifying races, if you will. The last 10 are the playoffs, which are similar to the new shootout format introduced last year. If you win a race in NASCAR, you have automatic entry to the playoffs in the first 26 races. If there is less than 16 winners, the final spots are based off points. In the playoffs, every 3 races there is a cut-off where 4 drivers get knocked out, leaving 4 drivers with a 1-race decider. Whoever finishes ahead of the other 3 is champion. We're going to do it slightly different with our experiment. You can count this as the shootout, or if stock cars just had this championship per year. The first round of the regular season is of course the season opener. The last round is the September 21st meeting at Bradford. The playoffs start on the 28th of September with the first of 2 meetings on the same day at Northampton. The final round is the Bradford meeting, which was last year's shootout decider. Similar to NASCAR, but in F1 terms, if you win a meeting final, you are then locked into the playoffs. Whoever wins the most finals will then be regular season champion and gain an extra 15 points per round apart from the final meeting. I would have done what they really do in NASCAR, with second getting an extra 10, third getting an extra 8 and so on. But as it's last year, I couldn't find the points and the certain dates I need them. Due to this, the winner of the regular season will only receive 5 extra points, not the 15. Hopefully that is all clear and understandable. I had to tweak a few things so that it would work in a stock car environment. So let's say you want it in a different universe, this is the World Championship in that, but you could also say this is how the shootout would work. In 2024, in NASCAR terms, there were 16 final winners. Those were Kyle Gray, Dave Polly, Jake Hari, Ryan Harrison, Tom Harris, Mick Howarth, Craig Finnegan, Callum Gill, Callum Thornton, James Hall Morton, Charlie Sauter, Adam Joyce, Lee Fairhurst, Paul Hines, Yelly Tesla and Frankie Wayman Jr. Obviously, due to Ryan Harrison getting a ban last season, he will not be in the playoffs and a driver will be taken from those who didn't win a final. And with 10 final wins, Tom Harris wins the regular season and gains an extra 5 points per round. The next driver locked into the playoffs is whoever has the most wins out of the rest of the drivers. Hopefully this is still making sense. So the driver making the playoffs is Matt Newson. Hopefully all of that is correct, as I used the F1 Stocks website for this, so I assume it's all accurate. Now obviously not every driver does every meeting, so they will get knocked out of the playoffs first. The first round consists of the 2-in-1 day meeting at Northampton and the 5th of October meeting at Buxton. I will be using the full format point system to do the points, as it's just a bit easier to work out. After the first 3 rounds in the playoffs, the 4 drivers getting knocked out are James Hall Morton, Callum Gill, Callum Thornton and Mick Howarth. The full round 1 standings are on the screen as well, so you can see 1st to 16th. Again, if the website isn't accurate or I messed up the scoring, then I do apologise, but all should be okay. Round 2 consists of the Skegness weekend on the 12th and 13th of October and Kings Lynn on the 19th. The 4 drivers getting eliminated here are Adam Joyce, Jake Hari, Charlie Sauter and Kyle Gray. Again, the points are on screen. Matt Newson beating Tom Harris in that stage by a tiny margin of just 5 points, meaning if Tom Harris didn't gain the extra 5 points, then it would be 10. Round 3 now need to be top 4 to make the championship round. The 3 meetings in this round are Northampton, Bradford and Hennisford. The 4 drivers just missing the championship are Yelly Tesla, Craig Finnegan, Paul Hines and Matt Newson, which means the 4 drivers heading to Bradford for a chance to win the F1 title are Tom Harris, Frank Wayman Jr., Lee Fairhurst and Dave Polly, which was actually the top 4 in the shootout last year. On to Bradford and the final round then, 1 meeting and only 4 drivers remain. This time Tom Harris doesn't get the extra 5 points, you should just get what you can on the meeting. And I can say that heading into the Grand National, every one of the 4 drivers can still take the title, but in the end it came down to the tiniest of margins. In 4th after the final round is 5-on-5 Frank Wayman Jr. on 29 points. A no score on a heat and a poor national means he would just missed out on the title. Also a little intrusion from Matt Newson stops Frankie from taking the title. In 3rd is 2-on-7 Lee Fairhurst on 32 points. So only 3 more points than Frank, and he's not that far off 2nd and 1st as well. Now in 2nd place and only 4 points ahead of Lee Fairhurst is number 1 Tom Harris on 36, which means beating him by 7 points and becoming the BriSCA F1 playoff champion is 138 Dave Polly in his first full season in the formula. Only 14 points cover the top 4 at the end of that. What a brilliant sight that would be. Let's hope it's like that, but with the 6 drivers in the shootout at the end of the year. Obviously this isn't perfect, drivers would do more meetings if they was in the playoffs, I wouldn't miss much, so we wouldn't have as much 0 scores. But do you enjoy this concept? Would this actually be something you want to see brought over to the BriSCA F1 stock cars? Let me know in the comments. If you like this concept, then please like and subscribe. If this does decent, I might do other years too, so make sure you show the concept some love if you enjoy it. I might also flip it so NASCAR has a stock car season. Let me know your thoughts on that, and thank you for watching.